Hello everybody. It's been about a month since we set up our Starlink satellite dish. I have a video out if you want to watch the setup on that. But I thought I'd give you a couple of observations that we've recognized over the last 30 days. Number one is we knew on the front end that we would have some obstruction with trees in our area. I can tell you we're pleasantly surprised. Very little minimum outage. From time to time, we'll get some buffering on a video we're watching, but I can tell you in a 24-hour period, it's a few minutes a day on the long end, maybe 20 on the long end, but it's spread out very short bursts. On a windy day, it may be higher, but I'm not unhappy with the situation. I kind of knew that when I was going in. I'm going to try to get some more trees removed in the future. The other observations we have is around when it's inclement weather, rain, things like that. And then also when there's gaps in our satellite coverage. So I was going to show you some examples of where we've seen some issues and not seen some issues over the last month. So we've had a lot of precipitation recently. And I've noticed when the radar shows that it's kind of the heavier downpours and where the red is more intense on the radar map, we do have outages. We had a recent storm the other day where we were out maybe for 10 minutes because it was a pretty heavy downpour. So not unlike Dish Network, DirecTV, HughesNet, some of the other satellite services, you will have outages during extreme downpours. So I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but we saw our first one impact us here this last weekend. So it's going to be expected, I guess, going forward that we will have some downtime during inclement weather. The other issue we've run into over time is the satellite gaps. Now that's expected. We knew all the satellites weren't in orbit, and there's a lot of them not in the correct orbit as of yet. We've seen gaps occur on our analysis webpage on the phone app. But what does not make sense to me, and maybe someone else has some better ideas, we've had large gaps. According to the website, the satellite that tracks the satellites, and here's an example showing up here between Oklahoma and Texas, a pretty significant gap. I can tell you I had no downtime at all when this gap occurred. So the question is this real time, number one, or if it is real time, are these circles really not accurate and there's actually coverage outside of those circles for each satellite? So if anybody has any thoughts or ideas, please let me know, because we expected things to go down, and it will go down from time to time, saying no satellite coverage, but it's usually very short-lived, 30-second gaps, and maybe a couple times a day. It's not significant, and this is an example where it showed big gap in our satellite coverage, and we did not lose any service, was able to stream the whole time without an issue. So that's all I wanted to show today, is just some examples of some things we're running into. If anybody has any comments or thoughts, please let me know.